Baby, it is cold outside. Well, my main camera isn't working for some reason. I don't know why. It has something to do with the power. I'll get to it later, you guys. But hey, I know we usually talk about the Orville on this channel, at least for the last 4 years. We celebrate it. We talk about it. We do news coverage. We do all that great stuff for the Orville. Coming out March 10th, 2022. It's almost here, you guys. But today we are not talking about the Orville. I'm going to do something I don't do very often. Talk about myself. My real self. Not the egotastic self, not the YouTuber self. The real me. Now, of course, you know, I've done a few videos. Oh, YouTube sucks. I'm quitting my job. Things are tough. That type of thing. This is different. This is not a things are tough. This is a things are great. No, I've never lived in my mom's basement. I have had girlfriends, this and that. You know, there's certain things that come along with being a nerdy YouTuber that wears glasses and has a beard. Entire adult life, most of it, I have been in relationships for the last 20-some years. My first relationship right out of high school ended up being 6 years long. The next one was 7 years long. The next one was 8 years long, with a couple of years added on during the pandemic, which was weird and a little toxic and probably shouldn't have happened. But I finally got out of that, and I was able to spend a lot of time on my own, in my own place for the first time, thinking about relationships and love and the lack of love. And during all my relationships, there was great times, wonderful times, lots of love, lots of communication. There was bad times too. Bad communication, not understanding each other, wanting different things, not being there for each other on both ends. That sounded kind of dirty, but it wasn't dirty. Well, sometimes it was. But I've never been married. I've never had children. Those conversations really never came up in any of my relationships. I've always dated, you know, very independent women, career-minded women. And so anytime those conversations did come up or get into my brain was merely towards the end of relationships, kind of a way to hold on. But I've never proposed to anybody, anything like that. But things have changed in the last year and a half or so. After my last breakup, you know, I've always had that dream of, you know, maybe sometime I'll meet the right woman that I do want to marry, that I do want to have kids with. It just never really happened, you guys. There was always something in the back of my brain knowing that this was not the right person. And so it never happened. But the last couple years, you know, especially during lockdown, the pandemic, I spent time alone in my own place, reflecting, going inward. Also sounds kind of dirty, but it's not. Mental inwards, you guys, mental sexiness. Get rid of this idea of finding the perfect person, finding the right person. Instead, I switched around and said, how do I become the right person? If you're going to find the right person, you have to become the right person. No one's going to save you. No one's going to make you better. Plus, it's not other people's responsibility to make you a better person. You have to come into it already having that achieved as best as you can, and always working to get better and better and better. And then about a year and a half ago, I got a message from someone I just barely kind of knew, a friend of a friend. And she says, you know, hey, let's go hang out, eat lunch or something like that. And I thought about it. I said, yes, okay, let's do that, just as friends, because I wasn't ready for anything beyond that at the time. And she was like, yeah, totally, that sounds great. So we met up. Jessica is her name. It's a great name. We met up, we had lunch, kind of got to know each other for the first time, really have real conversations. And after a while, during that first meetup, we both realized we enjoyed talking to each other. So afterwards, I'm like, hey, let's do this again sometime. So then we did a few days later, just as friends. And we realized we started hanging out at least once or twice a week, going out to dinner or watching TV or something like that. After a month, it became a little more like we were dating. Things got romantic. And then a month after that, we're like, hey, let's be official. And then probably too soon, we moved in together, and we were both worried about it, but it worked great for both of us. Pretty quickly in our relationship, you know, marriage would come up, and, you know, the future and things like that, but it was just kind of talk. And eventually it became more and more something that we were both kind of liking the idea of, and then we decided, because it was a new relationship and because we're adults, let's wait on this conversation. Let's see how things go living together, whether we still feel that way after a while. And now it's been a year. This month we have lived together for a year, and this is amazing, you guys. We are both totally in love with each other, more so than we were when we first got together and started dating and we moved in. We both, were kind of puppy love, but now we realize, wow, you are my person, and we have the greatest time. I can't tell you how amazing it is when we're together, and we're always together except for when we're working. We just love to talk. We forget to take pictures of ourselves going out and doing stuff because we're having such a good time just being in each other's company. We always have to remember, oh, hey, we should take a picture. Okay, then we do. And then we get right back to what we were doing, which is just laughing, loving, joking, talking about everything. This is the first person that I've ever felt completely open with, and I cannot tell you guys how excited I am about it. Like I said, we've had a lot of conversations about this, and now I think I'm ready. I am ready. I'm going to ask her to marry me. And this will be the first person I've ever thought of really and excitingly excited about it, asking to actually be my forever person. And I know that she'll say yes, but I still have to pull this off. I still have to give her what she deserves. And so that's what I'm working towards right now. Because this is, I know better. I'm an older gentleman now. I'm getting, middle-aged at this point. And so I know the difference between the past and what's happening in the present. And it's just been amazing the whole time. I am now, like I said, I've never had kids. At some point as I got older, I was like, okay, I'm never going to have kids. I don't want kids. And now, for a year now, I've been basically a stepdad to her son, and we get along great. And, I have a 13-year-old boy that I get to be a father figure for, which was, a little scary at first, but it's going great, and it's just getting better and better and better. And it was easy. I'm not going into a union just with Jessica. In my opinion, I feel I'm making a promise to both of them to be there, to do right by them. The plan is for me I want to get her a ring, and she's so cool, you guys. She's like, something from a pawn shop would be just fine, as long as it's meaningful to us. And I'm like, that's great, whew, thank goodness. No, she deserves better than that. So I want to at least get her something from a jewelry store. It doesn't have to be a kabillion dollars, maybe I'm working towards trying to get $1,000 saved up so I can get her a nicer ring than something at a pawn shop, something that's original for her and original for our relationship. And I'm excited about that. I'm scared about that, actually. I've never bought a real jewelry. Sure, I've gone to Target or Walmart and purchased jewelry for people, that type of thing. But this is a real deal. For the last couple months, we've been talking about how great it would be, because it's, not super expensive, but still kind of special. You can find some great deals in Vegas at the end of this year, because it's kind of not only is it an exciting place, but you can get a great wedding at a deal, and have it be better than just, going to the courthouse or something like that. And my family lives close enough so that they can come to the ceremony. Her family can come out to the ceremony. We can do something we've never done. But I want to give her what she deserves, because we make each other better without trying, which is really hard to find. She is so wonderful. She's so empathetic, so kind. She's so kind to animals, so kind to people. She's funny. She makes jokes. She breaks balls, and she just always has me laughing all the time. It's amazing to me, and it's weird to me to even be making a video about something this personal, you guys. But I'm really looking forward to spending my life with her, but being an official union with this amazing person. We're both excited about that. I just have to figure out how to propose to her, when to propose to her. I have to get that ring first. So right now what I'm doing is, besides trying to save money, which as a poor person is tough to do, I've been looking around my house, gathering stuff to sell, to pawn, have some old jewelry, stuff like that. Go turn that in, see what I can get for it, and then put that towards not only the ring, but actually our wedding, which will be a little less than a year from now, hopefully. We still have to figure that out once it's official. This was not supposed to happen. We all have that dream of what, marrying that perfect person. But, most of us know it's not like that. I can't believe we both feel so grateful to have each other, and to just make each other's lives and days better, and never take each other for granted. And after a year, I know that this is the real deal. With an adult brain, I know it's the real deal. I'll keep you guys apprised of, maybe we'll talk about it during a live show, or you can talk about it in the comments. What does love mean to you? How do you think I should propose? Well, it's a conversation we'll have to talk about, because I need help with this stuff, you guys. I have, ideas and things like that, but, I need to bounce it off some people. And you guys are my people. Those of you who contribute to the Egotastic tip jar, I'm actually going to be changing the tip jar name to Wedding Tip Jar. So if you contribute to the tip jar and you want it to go towards love, just tell me something to, say Egotastic love or ego love or something like that. Love, exciting and new. Come aboard. We're expecting you. So I know that that's what you want that to go towards, and I'll put that into the fund. But I'll keep you guys apprised. I'm super excited. I'm super in love. Aww. Love you. Bye-bye.